In the late 90s, my dad came home with a brand new PlayStation, my first ever gaming console, and as part of the package that he brought home, there were a few games. One of them was, I believe, if I remember correctly, Gran Turismo, and there was a demo version of the first Metal Gear Solid, but the other game, that game became my introduction to one of my favorite gaming franchises ever, and definitely, without a doubt, my favorite fighting gaming franchise ever. And that game was Tekken 3. I didn't play Tekken 1 or 2, but Tekken 3 is, to me, legendary. And as part of Tekken's 30th year anniversary, they are teaming up with Nike and bringing us this very, very special collaboration. A collaboration that is dedicated to arguably the face of Tekken. Tekken 8 Nike Air Foamposite 1 Jin Kazama. And the shoe is dropping on October 25th for $250 in the United States. This is 1 out of 2 Tekken 8 Foamposites, and the first colorway that dropped, that released at EVO 2024, which is a competition for fighting games, and that was a Kazuya colorway. And Kazuya, if you didn't know, that is Jin's father. I actually like this colorway more than that one. I think this is just easier to wear, just looks slightly nicer. I also do like using Jin when I play Tekken, and first impressions of this shoe, I'm too biased. I just love Tekken too much. I eat it up. The characters, the storyline, character design, everything about it, I love it. So when it meets my passion and sneakers, how can I be objective? I cannot, but if I tried, I still think this is a very nice colorway. White, black, this kind of burnt orange that's not too orange or bright. I think it works really well together. And a lot of times for foams, they'll come with like some crazy design, which might look cool like on a shelf or in a photo, but when you put it on feet, just a little bit too much, at least for me. But I don't have that problem with this shoe. And the upper of this shoe, it is Foamposite material, and the way they make this material is by heating up polyurethane to around 175 degrees Fahrenheit, and then they pour that liquid into this very expensive mold, and then once that liquid cools, it forms this very distinct shape, and the shape is actually inspired by the shell of a beetle, so very, very unique still even in 2024. And if you're wondering why Foamposites are usually so expensive, it's because that mold, super, super pricey. And Foamposite material is known to be very durable, so it may feel kind of stiff when you first get the shoe out of the box, but if you have patience, break the shoe in, starts to mold around your feet very nicely, and it just becomes quite a comfortable shoe. And the design on this Foamposite, you'll see lightning bolts all over. That is a nod to Jin Kazama's attacks in Tekken, so very, very cool design. And that's actually 3M as well, so you can get that reflective aesthetic. Love it, absolutely love it. And the texture on the upper, you can actually feel like the patterns, like it's not just flat, you can feel it because of that material. So that might be slightly different to what you may be expecting. And around the eyelets, you'll see it is synthetic leather. For the original Foamposites, it came with synthetic nubuck. So Durabuck back in the day, they did recently change some Foamposites to leather in that area of the shoe. Then they changed it back for like most Foamposites in 2024, I believe. But for this shoe, just synthetic leather. Some people prefer like just give me nubuck on the Foamposite in that area of the shoe. For me, I don't really have a strong preference, whatever works. And then on the lateral side of the shoe, you'll see this little mini swoosh. That is actually its own piece. So like this chrome metallic looking piece, not embroidered, not printed, definitely not printed. I would not accept a printed swoosh on a Foamposite, but it's its own little piece and I love it. I love how that looks, just slightly more elevated than a regular Foamposite. And moving up the tongue, you get this mesh tongue. That's pretty much the only type of ventilation you'll get on this shoe, except for those little holes at the top of the toe box. The foams are not known to be very well ventilated, but this tongue is actually also part of this inner booty, and I'll have more to say on sizing and comfort later. But this booty does like wrap around your feet very nicely. And at the top of the tongue on the right shoe, you get this jeweled 1-cent Penny Hardaway logo that is like a standard foam. On the left shoe though, you get this Tekken 8 logo, mismatched tongues. Look how nice that looks. Now the shoe doesn't come with any extra laces, just black laces out of the box for $250 and a special collaboration. How dare they? How dare they? I think white laces or even the orange laces would look really nice on this shoe, but nope, just give us black, no options. I think options are always better. It's like dating, more options better. So white laces I would have preferred probably, but can't say I hate the black laces that come out of the box. And on the lace tips, you also get these chrome metal-like lace tips. It's not actually metal. And my least favorite thing about the Foamposite, it is this double pull tab. I think it's just one too much. One is enough. Like, who needs 2 pull tabs to fit your feet in the shoe? Maybe in like a decade, I swear when my back and knees break out, I'm gonna need like 4 pull tabs. But right now, just for aesthetic purposes, I prefer just 1 pull tab or none. Even better. And on the booty of the shoe, you'll just get this 1-cent penny logo, so no mismatched branding there. Kinda surprised that one didn't have like a Tekken 8 logo, but yeah, the 1-cent penny logo is still one of the best logos ever, so no complaints. And the Foamposite does come with full-length Zoom Air, and usually on the midfoot area, you do get this carbon fiber shank. For this shoe, I suspect they may have just replaced it with a TPU shank plate. You don't see like the carbon fiber weaves, unless they did a really, really good job painting over it and then thinning out the carbon fiber patterns. Does sound hollow, but yeah, they may have changed up the usual carbon fiber that you see on general release Foamposites. But moving on to this beautiful rubber outsole. Look at how gorgeous and delicious, Michelin star rated, just scrumptious this looks. You see the semi-translucent, almost kind of camo green color on the outsole with the word fist and fate on each shoe kind of popping through. That is a reference to the Fist meets Fate storyline of Tekken, and I absolutely love how this looks. This is just so nice. Look at the red and the yellow colors that is mixed into the shoe. Oh, that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. And if you were curious and playing basketball in a Foamposite, this herringbone traction in this material isn't the best for like a non-pristine, very clean gym. It does hold on to and attract dust quite a bit. So if you're going to play in this in a gym that you aren't too familiar with, I would just think twice about that. Apart from that though, I think the tech specs of a Foamposite still holds up in 2024. Might be a bit heavy, but if you're a heavy player, I think you could still play ball in these if you really wanted to. And the insole of the shoe, I will say quality-wise, yeah, not the greatest quality insole, but the artwork on the insole, I absolutely love it. It is delicious. So 1 penny Hardaway 1-cent logo insole, 1 Tekken. Love the artwork. Quality, not so much. In the box of the shoe, it is wrapped with this Nike outer shell. You pull it out here. You get Tekken branding on the side. That is just, oh, that is so cool. I just love these characters. And once you open it up, more artwork. That is the opening scene of Tekken 8 when Kazuya is fighting Jin. Very, very cool there. And those 2 straps actually made to strap each shoe into those compartments. One of my straps, the Velcro, actually got caught on the cardboard of the box, so ripped the chunk out, which I'm not too happy about. But overall, in a vacuum, what a scrumptious box. Love it. And now moving on to sizing and comfort, I am a wide and flat footer. For Foamposites, I go true to size. I feel like it fits my wide and flat feet pretty well, lengthwise, widthwise. No complaints in any area of the shoe. Now I will say, it is a pretty heavy and clunky shoe, especially when you first break it in. This material, like I said before, it is known to be durable and can also feel kinda stiff. But after a long break-in period, have some patience. It starts to mold around your feet. If you're looking for like a shoe that fits like a pillow or a glove, or like just a sock, this probably isn't it for you. And in terms of the ankle lining around here, there's not a lot of padding in this area of the shoe, so it doesn't like hug your ankles very nicely, but this inner booty does wrap around your feet quite a bit, so it does give a very snug and tight feel inside. Not too tight for my wide and flat feet, the arches don't hurt, so whether or not you have wide feet, I do recommend sticking true to size. And because of that shank plate in the midfoot area of the shoe, that can also feel pretty firm and stiff when you first are wearing this shoe. But again, like I said, have patience and remember this is meant for basketball. That shank plate has its purposes, so if you're walking around, it might feel different than like a shoe made specifically for walking. However, for casual use, I think this is a decently comfortable shoe. And that brings the total sole score of the Tekken 8 Foamposite 1 Jin to 40 out of 50. A pretty high score compared to other collaborations. Now first to this colorway, like I said, I am biased, but I will put on my objective hat as much as possible. I still think this is a very decent colorway. Predominantly white and black sneaker, which how can you really go wrong with that? This orange fits in nicely, not like super bright, like loud in your face orange. So I like that. And the little hints of almost red that you see in the logo, that's really nice as well. But then you get the colors on the outsole, and I just, oh yeah, look how nice that looks. I love the colors on this outsole. It is just, oof. You could argue maybe like icy blue outsole instead of that camo type of green might look better, but I think this is nice and different. And in terms of the materials, I like Foamposite materials. It's durable, it's innovative, it's different, it's unique, it is comfortable once you break it in. Everything about it, I really like. Maybe apart from that leather that you see around the eyelets, that's not the best, but very small amounts. And on the Foamposite, that area never came with like the greatest material. So overall materials, I am a fan of. And in terms of comfort, this is a heavy shoe. But once again, like I said, if you break it in, if you exercise some patience, that I will admit I don't have a lot of, but once you break it in, it will pay off. You get over that initial firmness and stiffness of the shoe. Yeah, I think you'll find this to be a comfortable, casual shoe. And in terms of the versatility of the shoe, Foamposites, I will say, are like the most wearable and versatile silhouette. Still looks kind of chunky, very retro, which is, I guess, kind of trendy now. But it's objectively not as wearable as like a Jordan 1, Air Force 1, Adidas Samba. And in terms of the wearability of this colorway, I think it's decently wearable. It's just white and black, nothing too out there. So, not a super versatile silhouette, but I think a decently wearable colorway. And in terms of the storytelling, I think it's really well done. The absolutely delicious box that comes with the shoe, the branded insoles, the mismatched branding on the tongues, I think this is all really well done. Not to mention the outsole, of course. I think maybe they're missing an opportunity to like give us memorabilia as part of this package. So maybe give us like a custom card, keychain, extra laces, something like that. But nope, they didn't. So not 10 out of 10 for storytelling, but overall as a package, I'm pretty satisfied. One of my absolute favorite things about sneakers is when one hobby of mine outside of sneakers meets and crosses over into my passion for shoes, and this shoe right here, undoubtedly, is one of those times. So that's it. Thanks for watching Soul Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Tekken 8 Nike Air Foamposite 1 Gin. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.